Alright, so what's poppin', everybody? Welcome to the last channel update for 2018. Probably the most important channel update that I've done in like a long ass time, TBH. This one's, I would make this like, this one is just as important as like if something was to happen like all of a sudden and I had to like stop uploading for a little bit. I would equate this to that. Because this is really important. All I ask, if you guys are watching this, is, you know, listen first and then give feedback in the comment section later. I'm going to go over the YouTube stuff first. That way those who only care about the channel and what stuff that's to come can get that out of the way. And if they don't want to stay for the after segment, which is a more personal for me and like those that care about me and my well-being, for after that. So I'll let you know when we segue into so and so, but put me in a different tab. Listen, if you want to look at me, hey, how you doing? Hey, and let's get into it. So first of all, I just want to say, obviously, you know how these update video goes. Thank you so much for the support on any and every video that came out this year, whether it was consistent or not, whether you watched it every single day or you watched it every other day, every other week, every other month. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming out to the Twitch live streams. Thank you for coming out to, you know, subbing on the Twitch, subbing on here, liking a video, commenting on the video, you know, following me on other social media sites like Instagram and Twitter. Link in the description, by the way. But overall, thank you, because this year was definitely one of those trialing periods, and it was kind of weird for me because it's like, looking back on it, man, it was so crazy, dude. But at the same time, if I wouldn't have gone through that stuff, I wouldn't have been able to make it here to be able to talk to you guys and able to have a vision for where I want to go with the channel going forward, as well as being honest with you guys and transparent as much as possible. And I think that is what this video is going to be about, and basically me being transparent with you all and being one-on-one, to where I'm the creator, you're the viewer, the audience, and we come through and help the channel together. And that's pretty much what this is gonna be. So I actually have a whole list of stuff like right here because I didn't want to ramble on, but I wanted to talk about the main focus of the channel in the beginning of the year versus now. So for those who don't know, this year was a very testing period for me. I wanted to do nothing but all Pokemon. I was confident since last year was so well for the channel. Like, I think last year was the best the channel was ever in its entirety, and I was so confident and focused on like, yo, I want to do only Pokemon. You may have noticed like some series from other franchises like Naruto, Dragon Ball, and other stuff has kind of been deleted, kind of been like off. Even like the Ninja Council thing with Nexus, or like the Xenoverse live streams or the Dokkan videos, those are gone. I deleted them, obviously, and in hindsight, looking back at it, it was kind of dumb to do so, but I was very confident that I can go in all Pokemon, all four, because I felt like growing the channel, that was always like the main issue with me. Like, people would watch the Pokemon content, but then at some point, the interest in Pokemon would like decline, and then they'd be like, okay, if I'm only doing Pokemon, you know, I have to adapt into a way that I'm not really cool with. Like, I have to like put out constant Nuzlocke, I have to put out constant top 10s or something like that, and it just wasn't for me, TBH. It wasn't. I didn't feel like forcing that content, and I was never that guy to begin with. So it was like, if you were to see that, I would have been more desperate than I was early on in the year. I was very confident, especially with how good Nexomon did, Clover did, and I think what was the series after that? I forgot what it was called, but those series did so good that I was really confident with like putting out like really good stuff for Pokemon only, and I was like, dang, this is cool. So I want to say near like the spring, right, there was a sudden content drought, and I say that in a way where there was still content going up, but it wasn't content that people wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the spring / the summer, like the whole Summer with the Squad thing, I had those like pre-planned out. They just didn't have the Summer with the Squad label attached to them. They just was there, and I didn't think they were going to be that close to each other. They literally just went in. We lost the thing with PK, or I lost the thing with PK, and I didn't feel like continuing it because I already lost like 3 times. It would have been annoying to go back anyway. I started the Pokemon Sun Egglocke. That was cool. I did Pokemon Raptor. People didn't like that because it's an older game, obviously. Pokemon Adventures Red, I messed up. Like, those files are gone. I can't find them anymore. They're deleted. It's been like months since. And then Pokemon Glazed, that was probably like the first finished actual product in that entire run. And it was so much content. Oh, and Pokemon Clockwork, yeah. And it was so much content that it was one of those things where it was like, people, you can only do so much. You know, people can only digest so much content, especially when so much is going on. Plus, I'm like on other people's channels and whatnot. It's like, damn, Nick, you're doing way too much. But this way too much is not what I want to watch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a content drought. Like, oh, stuff is still getting put out, but it's not to the extent or the quality or the interest or the want that the viewers have. And even me myself, like, if Uranium would have started in like June, or no, if Uranium would have started in like May, I would have been happy, and we would have finished that in June. If, you know, Adventures Red would have started it in, I don't know, it would have finished in August, I would have been happy. The Sun Egglocke was done, Glaze was done, and then we did Clockwork, but they were all going around at the exact same time. So it was way too much, and it caused the content to like explode on itself. And at this point, this, I guess, along with the fact that there wasn't a lot of Pokemon ROM hacks to cover over or fan games, because, you know, there are certain games that people want to see and certain games that I have already done, but people aren't really, they don't know that. And so they're like, oh, you should do Pokemon Insurgents. I did Insurgents. You should do Pokemon Ethereal Gates. I did Ethereal Gates. You should do, yeah. It's like, I've done these games already. Just go check it out. But then it's like, you know, people don't go the extra effort to like scroll through 100-something playlists. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there are certain games on YouTube or certain games that are of like a high caliber that people want to see, right? And then you have those games when they come out, they're really short, but then like you have to wait like an extra year and a half, a couple months for those games to get updated. And it kind of sucks because now, you know, I have to like try and find another one that can do the exact same thing and trying to find another one or put out like a filler or something like that. And so there was a drought in that department. And then Let's Go, when it was revealed, I want you to know, I noticed that there was like a humongous divide, because I would do the Sun and Moon rumors and leaks and the news videos and the reactions and all that to the trailers, and those would get amazing views, right? But then Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee come out, and those wouldn't even get half of what those were. And Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee didn't start doing good up until the game's release. Like, people weren't excited for Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. So me going all Pokemon this year wasn't really the best way, especially when I only cover like a certain part of the community. Like, I'm a fan game guy. I don't sit here and do constant Nuzlocks. Nuzlocks aren't that entertaining to me to play. It's actually really boring, especially if it's a game that I've already, like, you know, played and went through or whatever. Which is why I don't do like, you know, Vote White or Hoenn or whatever. Yo, it's so and so and so. You know, like, I don't really find those fun. Like, it's not really that fun to me. People just like Nuzlocke, so it's like, whatever. If I was to do like a Nuzlocke on like a ROM hack or a fan game that's new to me, it would be better. I would have a lot more fun. I'd be going through it. But then at that point, it's like, why would you go through a harder version of a Pokemon game? You're basically asking to lose at that point. So it's kind of just like, all right, whatever. And so all of this combined, you know, kind of went in. It resulted in a lack of direction for the channel, which confused, I guess, you, the viewers, you know, and I guess made me put out rushed content in a sense, because at some point it's like, you know, I can only do so much, and at some point it's like, damn, I don't have a thing for this, let's put out this, or I don't have a project for this, let's put out this. And like, you as a viewer, you might look at it like, what is Nick doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he? Then you started a whole new playthrough this week, then you just finished one like 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And at that point, it's kind of just like, you know, getting desperate or whatever. And I was just like, damn, like, I don't know what am I doing wrong here, because, you know, it's one of those things where it's like the lack of direction and having so much stuff and putting so much out in such a small amount of time it's like, dog, like, what are you doing? It's hard to keep up. You know, people still have their own lives to live. People still have their own, you know what I'm saying, things to do. They also have 1,000 other content creators they watch on YouTube. So it's like, Nick, you're doing too much for what it, you know, for what it entails you to do. But then it's like, damn, like, I kind of, you know what I'm saying, I kind of put myself in that corner, because I would upload like 2 videos and those videos wouldn't even hit 1,000 views on that shit. It'd be like 700, 600, or 500. I'm like, damn, the channel's never been that low before. But then it's like, maybe they're just not interested, maybe they're just not, you know, maybe they're just not, you know, fucking with the content. I'll just cancel it because it doesn't get that many views anyway, nobody's gonna miss it. And then I put out another one, and maybe they like that one, and then that one does okay, and it's like, okay, cool, that's another one. I saved myself for that month or whatever. Put out another one, and then, you know, it's a constant thing of like, okay, if people aren't watching this, I'll cancel it and put another one out, and then certain people might not even like that one, and it's one of those trial and error things with me that I kind of might want to get into, like the habit of like whatever of doing. Like, I just stopped doing that to begin with, IMO. But yeah, like I guess, so putting out so much content and having no sense of direction for the content, it kind of made the channel seem rushed, the content seem rushed, the channel unappealing at some points in its lifespan throughout this year. And it kind of sucks too, because like I said, I was very confident and I was very excited to see where like this all Pokemon thing was gonna take me, but that didn't take into consideration that like we might have a bad game coming out this year, or there might be like a humongous drought in the ROM hack section, or something, you know, might happen in real life, or, you know, I never take into consideration all this other stuff that happens outside of just uploading a video and recording that video and putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it's like, oh, finals week is coming up, or oh, people have quizzes and exams, yada yada, and it's so hard to like gauge all of that and then please everybody and still be able to like make amends, because then it'd be like, okay, here's one video a day, and then that video would have like, I don't know, 6 or 7 ads, and people would complain about that. But it's like, what do you want me to do? You know, like, what do you want me to do here? So I don't know, I guess for me, it kind of I blew up in my own face. I made the channel implode on itself, and I think that is where I decided to take a step back, especially after the past couple of months, due to some like personal stuff that I'm gonna talk about later in the video. But that's pretty much where that was. I was like, I kind of wanted to just have that be a thing and let that be it. But now I think, for those who don't know, I was gonna make Sacred Yema the other game channel, but it ended up being a highlight channel for like Twitch playbacks. So I think from now on, I'm gonna bring back the variety gaming stuff, gonna bring back the Naruto, the Dragon Ball, the Jump Force over here on this channel, right? So we're not just sticking to all Pokemon come 2019. There will be Pokemon there, but we're not just gonna stick to just doing all Pokemon. We're just gonna branch out some more again. And then Sacred Yema, for those who don't know, we have a second channel that would be geared towards like Twitch playbacks, Twitch playthroughs that you guys may have missed or whatever, and that would be it. And that's more so of the YouTube side of things. To stay updated, obviously check out the link in the description for all the social media. Follow me on Twitter. If you're on your mobile devices, go to the channel. You see like 2 sections called the community section and the story section. You can watch like stories where there's like updates on series, updates on certain stuff and plans or whatever, so that lets you know that like something's coming, to keep up to date with everything like that. I don't know why people not look at the description anymore? Let me know in the comment section. Go follow me on fucking Twitter, y'all. I'm trying to get my shits up, you feel me? Or on Instagram too. Follow the boy. And I think now we're getting more into the personal side of the YouTube video, and this one is probably gonna be like the most, I guess, difficult to talk about, but at the same time not. For those who don't know, for the longest I've been depressed, if that makes sense. Like, it's one of those things where it's like I never realized how bad it was up until, I want to say, September or August, and it was one of those things where it was like I was trying to find out like why, when did this happen, you know, what happened, yada yada yada. I was trying to find a cause and effect to this, and I found it, but now, you know, it's more so, okay, acknowledging and accepting it, Now it's more so how do I live and cope with it as well. I started like, you know, working out a lot more. I know a lot of people are like saying, oh Nick, I can see in your face you're like going down or whatever. It's like, yeah, you know, working out, dieting a lot more. I mean, I don't know, I've been off of the internet for a while because I was letting the decline of the YouTube channel make it worse, because it was like, damn, if, you know, this video isn't getting that many likes or that many views or that many comments, then it's like, damn, am I like a trash content creator? Or it's like, damn, am I useless now? You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, like I was letting it get to me so bad where it was like I genuinely wanted to, like, at one point, I think this was like back in October, I went to like the closed channel tab on the YouTube thing and I almost clicked that hoe, and I was just like, let me chill out for a minute. I was having like a panic attack or whatever. It was just like, dog, let me chill out. Let me be good on that, and that was it. But it was kind of just like, damn, like am I like a bad content creator? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did I do? And it took me a while to understand that, like, you know, certain things are out of your control, certain things you can control, but you can't. Like, I can record a video, render it, upload it, edit it however I want to, but it's not up to me how well the video does. It's up to the viewers, the algorithm, whether or not Subboxes works that day or whatever. And it's up to me, if it doesn't do good, to keep reminding people that this video is out, using like Instagram or like Twitter or like the YouTube community tab, where I like post reminders in case these Subboxes aren't working. So it's like it's not my fault the videos are doing bad, and it took me a while to accept that. But it's like, you know, I feel like in the back of any creator's head, it's like, if my channel is on a decline, you know, what am I doing wrong? You know what I'm saying? And there's multiple, like, you can only blame the platform, you know, so many times. You can only sit here and say, oh, the Subboxes aren't working, or oh, you know, they're not getting their alerts or whatever. And then it's like, okay, I'll post to the, you know, community tab, and I'll get people who are like, oh, I see the videos, I just don't watch. And I'm like, what? And then those same people would sit there and they'll be like, oh, your channel's dead. It's like, yeah, it would be more alive if you would help. You know what I'm saying? But you can't help, you can't make people do what they don't want to do, obviously. So you have to, like, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You have to live with that. Like, oh yeah, if they see the videos and they don't want to watch it, they're not gonna watch it. You know, you can't force people to do what they want to do, you know? But it's like, for you to sit here and say, come out of nowhere and say, oh Nick, your channel is like dead as hell, this channel is like declining, yada yada, and it's like, I've never seen you comment on any video in the past like 2 or 3 months, and for you to come and say, oh, the channel's dead, it's like, well, if you're seeing the videos, why not help out? You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of just like, wow, like what the fuck is going on with me? And that made it a lot more worse, because it was just like, damn, like, is my content not good? You know? And it's like, you know, like I said, you can't predict how the series are gonna be received. You can't predict how certain things are gonna be taken. You know, it is what it is. So it's like, you just have to accept that as a content creator, you have to keep going. And that was like, it took a while for me to understand that. It took a while for me to accept that as well, because I was genuinely like letting like the entire summer and the fall, I was just like, I was genuinely like damn near wanting to quit YouTube. I was like, this is some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So it took me up until recently, up until now, to accept that, you know, it's okay, you know what I'm saying? Now I went back to the drawing board, and I do have a direction for the channel, so that side is going to be good. Hopefully it's appealing to the people who are watching this, hopefully, but if not, it's fine. It is what it is, and then I can go ahead and focus on my own mental health and stuff, because that was really what this whole section is about. It's about mental health, and like, I guess, me finding out where I was in my life. You know, like, for me, life kind of went by a lot faster than expected. And so, you know, I'm 16 when I start YouTube. Next thing I know, I'm 22. I'm doing it still. I'm able to like pay for certain things. I'm able to visit my friends whenever I want to. I'm able to, you know, feed the house, feed the family. You know, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But at some point in time, it's like, I want more. And that lust for more starts to become like an obsession. You know what I'm saying? And it like starts to fuck with you when you don't get it. It's like, am I not good enough, you know? And I think that's where I was at. I was just like, you know, beating myself up over and over and over again, damn near having like a quarter life crisis, just like, what the fuck is going on with me? And you know, like I said, I just now got good. I'm still kind of fucked up a little bit, but now I've learned to like get off the internet as much as soon as it's possible. Started watching anime a lot more. Like as of recent, I've been like binging Yu Yu Hakusho as of recent, and certain stuff. But that's really it. Like that's genuinely it. As of recent, like it's been really bad for the boy, and I haven't been as transparent because this year I wanted to like stop doing as many update videos as much as possible. But I think what I might do, I might bring back the update video every 3 month thing that we used to do back in the day, because every update, so for those who don't know, we used to do like this every 3 months we do like an update video. So this would come out in December. The next update video would come out in March, right? And then March you get June, and then June it would be September, and then September, and then December. And it was to keep everybody updated as to what's going on in the channel, whenever a project is done, whenever like a certain project is about to start up soon, or whenever so and so is coming up, or whenever like a cooperative project's up going on, or like some shirts, some merch or whatever. It was like that, you know. So I think I might bring that back and be as transparent and real with you all as possible, because I just feel like, you know, I kind of dropped the ball on being personal and being open and being transparent about certain stuff. And this isn't to like, you know, this like this whole mental health section of this video isn't to like beg for sympathy, beg for, you know, for you guys to support the channel a lot more. This is not that at all. It's me telling you dead ass what it is. Like honest, like dead ass, when people would skip over the videos and like openly say that, when people would like, you know, not like the videos, when people would like, you know, not watch them or not like them or not comment or like not, when certain videos would go up and people were like openly saying, I don't fuck with this, and it's like, damn, I just wasted like 2 or 3 hours editing and, you know, rendering a video that people didn't even like. It's like, damn, like that shit fucks with me. And it's like, damn, like as a creator, like I feel like we're all sensitive about what we make. So it was like when that was going on, I just genuinely just felt like shit, you know what I'm saying? And this isn't to, like I said, this isn't to like beg for any sympathy. This isn't to like make you feel like you have to go out of your way to support me, all because you see me talking about this. But that's what it is. I was dead ass like mad sad. A lot of people don't want to talk about that because they're like, oh, if, you know what I'm saying, if you come out personal to your subscribers, they're gonna, you know, feel guilted and shit like that. And it's like, no, like I'm all for being open, you know. I've had people on Instagram and on Snapchat and on YouTube mentions and on update videos just like this one come out and say like, yo, Nick, at one point in time when I was very depressed, I was going over heartbreak, I was in the hospital, you know, I had this illness or whatever, you know, you and your friends were what helped me at one point. And I was like, damn, you know, for you to be that open with me, you know, I have to be that open with you. So it's like I feel like if this family right here isn't here, then like the channel may as well just be closed at that point, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's where I want to be in 2019, is I want to put a lot more effort into the content being produced. I want to put a lot more variety content, like, you know, Dragon Ball is about to go ham next year, so is Naruto with the next game coming out, Kingdom Hearts 3. I might make like a little video on that. I might stream that on Twitch. That'll go up on the other channel, Sacred Yama. I mean, we got more Pokemon projects. I actually have a list of projects. Trying to find it right now. Here it is. I have a whole list of projects and stuff that's like it goes from top to bottom. You can't see it. If you've seen it on the Pokemon on the YouTube story and on Instagram earlier in the month, you know what this is. But this is what I have planned out for next year. So hopefully it's well received. Hopefully people love it. You know, all I can do is just put as much effort and time into said things, and, you know, see how people love them. More merch is coming. You know, everything else, honestly, we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see how you guys like the stuff that I have planned. Hopefully, you know, it's all good and all. But that's pretty much it. I think that's literally it. I think I got what I need to say off for this year. Very eye-opening year, very challenging year, very a very emotional year for me, dog, really. But I think that will, if anything, this little rut for 2018 will be in the back of my head, and like, don't let this happen 2019 and 2020. Don't let this happen again. Don't make this like a continuous thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I genuinely love doing YouTube still to this day, and I genuinely love, you know, making content 100%. And I think this little rough spot is going to be like an important moment for, you know, the creation of some more dope ass stuff in the future. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.